So last time we did inequalities, we're going to do more with inequalities, so just more practice with it, but it's going to be real life situations. So in other words, word problems, everybody's favorite. A word problem is exactly the same as any other problem. It just has units with it. So hours or feet or miles or seconds or whatever it is. Okay. So for this first one, you got to read. That's the other difference. Tickets for the school play cost $5 per student and $6 per adult. Do you understand how there's two different things? Some of you are not even looking at me. Care now. If you zone out and stare at the wall, not going to understand what I'm saying to you. Then you're going to be upset when I hand you a test, right? Do you see how there's two separate things going on there? Student and adults. Two separate things, okay? So we want one of them to be X and one of them to be Y. I'm going to make student be X and adult be Y. Just label them. The school wants to earn at least, this is what makes it an inequality, $3,000. So real quick, if we want at least $3,000, that means we need $3,000 or more. Okay, so can you give me an example of a number that would be acceptable? 4,000, 5,000. I was gonna just say it. 3,001. Okay, 7,000. All right, so we're gonna make, or 3,000 would count, and that's gonna come up in just a second and 1 cent. I like it. Okay, you guys got it. You have common sense. Good job. All right, write an inequality that represents the situation. So student was X. How much did student tickets cost? All right, so it's 5X plus, now use your common sense and read. What do you think comes good? 6Y. Well, so it has to be an inequality. So we're going to do greater than or equal to 3,000. And you brought up over here, 3,000 counts. 3,000 is good. So we want the equal to. Now what I'm going to do is share my screen. We're going to go to the calculator and I'm going to type that in. So it is 5X plus 6. I know this is not the enjoyable part where you just watch Ms. Cole type things, but hold on a second. I'll be real quick. Now it looks like it went away. That's because it's all the way up there, 3,000. So let me zoom out. There we go. Is it a solid or a dotted line? Solid. It's solid because of the equal to. You can put a point at 0, 500 and 600, 0. Do you see how I clicked on those? They're nice, pretty points. You got 500 and 600, which should make sense, right? So, and 600. Now that's your line. Let me share the calculator again. There it is. And why are we shaded above? Because that should make sense. You want greater than, you want more money. All right, so we're going to shade right here. Now it also said to label the axes. So let's go ahead and do that. What did we say X was? I labeled it up there. X was what? Student. And then Y is adult. That's all there is to it. You put them in the calculator. Calculator is going to give you the answer. So inequalities are pretty easy. You just use Desmos. Says graph, label the axes. We did that. Now, if 200 adult tickets are sold, how many student tickets would you need to make your quota? Adults, was that X or Y? Y. So what I'm going to do is label that Y. I'm going to go back to my calculator. I need you guys to just look. And in the other box down here, I'm going to put Y equals 200. You see that there? Now, where do I click? The intersection, okay? So if 200 is our Y, if we have 200 adult tickets, if you're in the back, it might be a little small for you to see. How many student tickets have we got to sell? You would have to sell 360 student tickets to meet your quota, all right? So 360 is our answer there. It is, but you have to listen to me and you have to know how to use the calculator. Let's try another one. This one's about pie. All right, it's fall time. We've got apple and we've got pumpkin. I'm going to call apple X and pumpkin Y. You've got two different things going on. I don't want to get too off topic, but do we like apple pie or do we like pumpkin pie? Neither. You've never had an apple pie?
Oreo pie.
That was not one of the options. I do like pumpkin pie. All right. So let's try and put it all together. Use your common sense. Apple is X. Apple costs how much? 3. So you're going to have 3X plus, and I just want you to read and use your common sense and put it together. 3X plus 1Y. Or you could just put Y. Now it's not equal. I know that's like a really common thing, but hold on a second. Let me get everybody in the back together here. Why is it less than or equal to 9 this time? You only have, do you guys hear what they're saying? Because they're correct. You only have $9. So you can't spend 10 or 11 or 12. You have 9 or less. So less than or equal to 9. So let me go to the calculator. We're going to type that in. Oh, we didn't simplify any numbers. It just, that's what it was. A pumpkin pie costs $1. Yeah, that's all that was. And let me get rid of this 200 here. I'm going to hit the home button to put me back to the center here. Let's find some points. We got 0, 9. And we got 3, 0. So let me go and put that on my paper. We got 0, 9. Oops. We got 3, 0. Solid line, because you have $9, so you could spend $9. Like those count. Now you're going to shade below, but look, don't just go like this, okay? You really only get this triangle. Why can't I shade like down here? You don't have negative pi, okay? You don't have negative money. Well, there aren't apple pies. So now if on a test you shaded in there, I wouldn't take off. If you shaded the below, like the correct side, I'm happy, you know. Now label your axes. We said X was what?
Apple.
Apple. Y is pumpkin. This isn't hard. You just have to read, right? It's not difficult, but you just need to read and pay attention. All right. Now, what are some combinations of pies you can buy? You have $9. Let's pretend you really like apple. If you have $9, why could you buy 3 apple? 3 times 3 is 9. And then that would leave you 0 pumpkin. So say you liked apple pie a whole lot, you could do that. Can you come up with another combination?
One apple.
You could get 1 apple pie. Now hold on. Let's put it together. 1 apple pie is $3. You have $9. So how many dollars do you have left? 6. So you can get 6 pumpkin. Let's see. There's 2 more. Can you find them? There's 2 more. Like, well, I guess you could buy nothing. But let's say you want to spend all of your $9.
Non-pumpkin pie. All pumpkin.
If you did all pumpkin, so if you did 0 apple, how many pumpkin could you get? 9. And then there's one more option on it. All right, hold on. 2 apple. 2 apple. The apples are $3 each. That'd be $6. And you could get 3 pumpkin. Good job, guys. You got them all. This is going well. It's seeming like you're getting it. I'm going to just do one more. Okay. We only need to do enough until you understand. I'm going to do the last one that's about the candy bars and the popcorn. We're going to do this one. So the first thing is to label. Did y'all flip the paper over and stay with me? You're going to make it. All right. What are we going to call candy bars? X. Good. Popcorn. Y. Well, I lost you there already? Okay. Yeah, I always put more than enough on here. And the reason I do that is so if somebody's like, hey, I'm really confused, you can come up and sit in the comfy chair with me and we can do like question 3, like as extra if you're still stuck. We don't need to necessarily do every single one of them. All right, what I want you to try and do is write the inequality on your own. Can you guys all give that a try? I want you to try, read this, use your common sense, put it together. Candy bars is X, popcorn is Y. Try and write it. Some of you are on the graph already. What do you think? 2X, good, plus 3Y. Greater than or equal to. Why is it greater than or equal to? At least you need 50 or more. Okay, cool. I'm going to go type it in. Good job, guys. Perfect. All right, so it is 2X plus 3Y is greater than or equal to 50. Shh. Stick with me. We just got a little bit more. All right, so your y-intercept, let me click on that. Oh, that's not a pretty point. So are we going to use it? No, pick something else, right? Let me see if I can find something else. There we go, 25, 0. You can plot that. Shh. Can you guys just stay quiet to get through this last one? All right, and then I think I see one right here. Is that 10, 10? Yeah, 10, 10 is another one. You really only need 2 points to be able to, plot a line. And then you're going to connect them. And are we shaded above or below? Above. Why is it above? Greater. You want more than. And also you could go back to the calculator and it's going to tell you. Wait and go ahead. No, it's not.
What do you want? Like,
So yeah, technically, like you don't want these negative pieces, but again, I'm not going to take off for that. Like technically, it's just this part. Like you wouldn't want this part here, but I mean, whatever.
Are you looking for the shaded part or the bottom? No, which one is
I'm not sure I understand your question, but look here. Do you see how it's telling you which side to shade? You can always just go back to the calculator and it'll tell you. Let me move on and maybe I can come clarify for you when I'm done recording this, okay? So let's label the axes. What did we say X was? Candy bars? And then Y is popcorn. All right, stick with me. Last one. It says, if you sell 14 candy bars, how much popcorn do you have to sell to reach your goal? With candy bars, X or Y? It's X. Oh, an estimation is a very important skill to have. That's fine that you're eating, but still look up here, okay? Estimation is a really good skill to have. You want to be thinking like around, like, does my answer make sense? Now, what did we say candy bars was X? Are you watching what I'm typing? X equals 14. You click on the intersection. Oh, it was about 7. Now listen, 7.3 mathematically would round down to 7, but if you need, and you can't sell a third of a bag of popcorn, you have to jump up to the next bag of popcorn to meet your goal. Do you understand what I'm saying? So even though 3 would round down, you still have to round up because if you only sell 7, you're not going to meet the goal. All right, so it would have to be 8 bags of popcorn.